All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about try except. So the try block lets you test a block of code for errors. The except block lets you handle the error. And the finally block lets you execute code regardless of result of the try and except blocks. Exception handling, when an error occurs, or an exception, as we call it, Python will normally stop and generate an error message. These exceptions can be handled using the try statement. Okay? So, try except. So many exceptions. You can define as many exception blocks as you want. Example, if you want to execute a special block of code for a special kind of error. Else, if you can also use the else keyword to define a block of code to be executed if no errors were raised. Finally, the finally block, if specified, will be executed regardless if the try block raises an error or not. Raise an exception. As a Python developer, you can choose to throw an exception if a condition occurs. To throw or raise an exception, use the raise keyword. The raise keyword is used to raise an exception. You can define what kind of error to raise and the text to print to the user. So with that, let's jump into our notebook and take a look at try except. All right, so let's create a notebook. We're going to call this, we're going to go to new Python 3 and we're going to do 23. Okay, so we'll call this 23 try except. Okay, and this is for testing code. Okay, so we're going to talk about three different handlings here. We're going to talk about the try block, the except block, and the finally block. Okay, so the try block will generate an exception because X is not defined. Okay, so let's do that right now. So we're going to type in try colon print X, okay, except print an exception occurred. So if I run that, an exception occurred. Okay. Now the next one we're going to talk about is the so that's try and accept. Okay. But you can use multiple exception blocks. Okay, you can define as many exception blocks as you want if you want to execute a special block of code for a special kind of error. Okay, so what we can do for that is this. We're going to do try, and we're going to print X, except, okay, name error, print variable X is not defined, and then we can accept, let me get outside of there, there we go, accept, colon, and then we can do print, quote, something else went wrong, okay? So let's run that, and we get variable X is not defined, okay? So what we're doing here is we're testing our code against our examples. Now we can also you can use the else keyword to define a block of code to be executed with if no errors were raised. Okay, so for that example, we would do this. Okay, we'd do try, colon, print, hello, and then we would do except, print, whoop, we'll do it inside here, put quotes, something went wrong, and then we'll do else, print, nothing went wrong. Okay, so when I run that, hello, nothing went wrong. Okay, so we're going to try hello, else, nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong. Beautiful. Okay, and then the finally block, if specified, will be executed regardless if the try block raises an error or not. Okay, so for this example, we would do try, colon, print X, and then we would do accept, colon, print something went wrong, And then finally, print, in quotes, the try except is finished. Okay, we run that. Something went wrong. The try except is finished. Okay. And then finally we have the raise keyword, which is used to raise an exception. So you can define what kind of error to raise, the text to print to the user. Okay. So for this example, we could do x equals hello. And then we can do if not, type x is an integer. Okay. Return, erase, sorry, type error, only integers are allowed. Okay, so if I run that, actually, let's see, if not, okay, let's run that again. Okay, so I'm going to delete this block here, and let's delete this cell too. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll run this, so we get another try here. So we'll do x equals hello in quotes, and then if not, type x is integer, raise, type error, only integers are allowed. Okay, then I'll run that. Okay, now it's throwing an error. It's saying only integers are allowed. Okay, and that's correct. So that's what we're looking for. We're trying to force an error. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to get. I just retyped it because I wanted to make sure I wasn't writing the wrong thing. Okay, so that is try except in Python. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.